Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're doing Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 47, and we're going to be making floating pockets. So I've got mostly Christmas papers here because now I'm just doing Christmas. I'm finding it difficult not to do Christmas, but actually I have got a few papers at the back that are not Christmassy because I don't know how many Christmas floating pockets I'm really going to need. But I can't resist using some of these beautiful papers that I've got from, not just from Rachel, but, well, from another Rachel, from Rachel and Bella Crafts. I've got a couple here as well. So I'm going to make a few. I'm not going to make that many because otherwise I'll run out of time to finish them. So I'm going to try and make them in from different orientations. So I've got some of these vertical, I suppose, document style papers from Rachel from Roxy Creations. I love her papers, as I've made to say many, many times. So I want to start with this one, but I'm not going to make mine really tall. I think a lot of Rachel's were quite tall, like they will take up almost a whole page. I don't want to make mine quite that big. Some might be, they might vary. So I think I'm going to start with this one just because I really think it's a lovely one. I was originally thinking I'm going to use this, but you have to fold the page side in, and I just wonder if I'm going to lose that. So I might use this piece for the journal spot to tuck in. So I think I'm just going to trim it just going to trim just under where these lovely deer are sitting. About there. So then I might just fold this piece in half or something like that and make that into a journal card because I think that would be lovely. And then that will tuck in, so it would all work very well together. So as far as I can work out, we have to fold, so this is going to be the front. Just fold that in a little bit, and it got torn when I was tearing off the white border. I don't get that so much anymore now that I've got my new printer, and I can print borderless, but these were printed probably last year. And so I had to get rid of the border. And then this one folds in a bit more so you can just see it. That's going to be the bit that's poking out a little bit. And then I think the idea is I will glue these down, of course. I just want to check how it looks. And then you glue it, fold it down like that. And there you have your very pretty pocket. I folded that straight, almost. And the idea is you then, as it's floating, you can write on the back, and this one is perfectly writable on the back, and it's still got that little Christmassy touch, but they're a little bit more subtle. So I think that's a lovely one. Very happy with that. When you just start with a piece of paper, you just don't know how it's going to end up. So I'm going to glue onto here, and we'll get that one started. So I think we're doing it in a bit of a kind of mass make style, so folding the edges, the little side bits, and gluing those down first, and then we'll come back and glue the other bits and see how many I can get done in the time. As we all know, I'm not Mrs. Speedy here. You want something quick, go and watch Rachel herself. I'm sure many of you will do. Will have seen her videos anyway. And sometimes I feel bad about using her papers because that's what she uses, and it might look like I'm doing the same thing as her, but I don't think she used this one, so I'm happy to use that. And I just think that's lovely. And the nice thing is it would go into any journal. These collage papers work really well on this project because you don't really have to do an awful lot of embellishing either. I have got one plain one in my pile. Whether I'll get to it, I don't know. So what else have we got? I've got this one as well, which I do love too, but I'm not sure how much actual journaling you'd get done on this one, but I might not use that one, much as I love it. This one is the other orientation. Let's get this little thing out of the way because it gives me a bit more space. I've been rearranging my desk, so give myself a little bit more workspace. but knowing me, I'll just work myself back into my corner anyway. So I thought I think I'll use this on the front. I don't know how tall I shall make it, so I'm going to fold it first and then I might cut it down a little bit. So let's fold this edge in, because this edge does not need to be folded in very much, it's just for a bit of reinforcement. So I'll just try and do that as straight as I can. And then let's see, I think I can fold this in quite a bit. I don't know how big I want it to be. Maybe that'd be best to work out and then I can see how. So I want that to go about there. And I've got, maybe I'll fold it into there. How's that look? And then I'll take some off. Is that too far? Yes, I folded it too far now. It's easier working with them the other way around because you just use what you've got, the width that you've got, and then can fold that to there. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got that, and I could always put something down there to decorate that, but then we've got to take off some of this, because that is a bit too much. Too much to fold in. I can just take it to about there, I think. Oop. No, I don't want to tear on that fold. I'm not doing that the right way round, am I? Okay. Let's try it this way. Now we've got, is that the right way? Yes. Now we've got that. That's really pretty. Do a little something up here perhaps. So I'm just going to glue these two edges down, and then I'll decide how tall I want it to be, because it's too tall for me. But until it's kind of made up, I won't be able to decide. So let's glue that bit down. So we want this one to be a little bit deeper, because it's going to stick out a little bit, so you want to be able to see it. Whoop. Glue's trying to escape. Right. Tore that a little bit, didn't I? I'm just going to fold that over. Unfortunately, it's right on that fold, so I might have to, I don't know if I'll need to do anything with that, and it's not on the bit that I'm going to cut off, so my bad. Okay, so it's really pretty. I don't want to cut much off. Let's see. I don't know if I want these sticking out because it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think I'll have it about there. And that will look better, I think. Yeah, that side piece then makes a bit more sense there. And it says a Merry Christmas going down the side, which is lovely. This doesn't look entirely straight, but I think I'm not going to worry too much about that. So that's quite a nice little pocket. Okay, that's that one. Right. Now I'm going to use a different kit now. I mean, I've put so many pages in, but I think, where are we? So I don't know if any of you have seen, you probably have seen the Christmas Craft Off collaboration that Rachel and Bellum Crafts have been running. and I'm not really doing, I'm not taking part in it, but I have been watching a lot of the videos, and I have got the kit. And this is a couple of freebies that they've just released. I thought I'd use these. Unfortunately, my first print off went awry, and I wanted the whole sheet, so I had to print it again. It's a bit annoying because I've been using a lot of my Instinct capability this month. I've used up half of it, and I'm only a few days into my month printing off a lot of these papers because they're so lovely. So I need to decide which side I want, and I think it's really hard to choose because I like him and I like them, but you can't really have them both. I think I'm going to have them. Yep. Okay, let's try this. Oh, I like this one as well. Well, I might get to that one. So this side is, I think it's going to be folded the other way, this one. I printed this on slightly thicker paper just to see if this made it feel a bit more sturdy. I wasn't sure. So this is 120 GSM. And it's just a little bit thicker than my normal copy paper. So, are they going to... Is that going to be a slightly wider pocket to get them in? It might need to be. Just there, I think. Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? And then this one has to fold in to about there, I would say. Might just use the whole page. I've got quite a deep on this one. How wide have I left it? Maybe I've made it too deep, but I don't really want the snowman to start to show. How big have I made it? It's got to fit, hasn't it? Ooh, 5 1/4. It's going to be a bit big. Let's see. Maybe I'll bring that over a bit. Is that going to make it even wider? Let's have a look. Oh, I keep turning this the wrong way up. Now that makes it a little bit narrower actually. And if I put a bit of trim down here, you'd never know. So if I bring that over a bit, so that's quite nice, but I don't know where I want to trim it. I might trim the bottom off. Okay, that's quite a nice size, and I will most certainly put something around there to disguise this little extra fold that I've done. But let's just check the size of this now so that it's going to fit onto a page. Yeah, that's better. It's just a tad under the 5 inches, so that's going to be better, and it's going to be just under 7 inches tall, so that'll be nice on there. A nice big pocket, that. Okay. And that's mainly because I can't quite bring myself to cut more off. This isn't a particularly obvious writing space, and she did say she really wants to have writing space on the back, so I'll have to think about how I'm going to add something like that. So Rachel did suggest how we might do that. I'll come back to that. Could turn this one in a little bit more actually. Maybe that's what I'll do. No, it's fine as it is. It's fine as it is. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So there is that floating pocket with the lovely Phoebe from Rach and Bella Crafts. And let's make a couple that are not so Christmassy. So I've got, what have I got here? I've got a couple of papers from Roxy Creations, as usual. And that's really nice. That one, I think, is the only one I haven't trimmed off the sides, so I better quickly just do that. And because I think I like this one. See if I can make something with that one. Right, so I got that trimmed off, and then I had another thought, and I thought, well, if I'm thinking ahead to next year's journals, what I should be doing is doing one with my next Moroccan journal papers, the Medieval Mirage Boho Bohemian Bazaar papers, in the more turquoisey colours, because that will be coming up at some point in the new year. So I thought, oh, well, I'll make one with that. I had a bit of trouble picking out which one I wanted to use, but I thought there's some writing space in the middle which would be available, but also there's a nice bit of pattern on the front. So I think I'm trying to decide which side to use. I think I'll use this side for the front. Try and not fold that in too much so I don't lose any of that. And I will leave it then to be finished off when we come to doing the journal, decorate it at the time with whatever I'm using. But I thought for the moment I might just get a pocket made. I don't yet know what kind of journal I'm going to be doing. I don't think I've folded that terribly straight, but so we'll see. So I do want to fold that in. I don't want to lose too much of the design, but I can fold it in a fair bit, like that. And then we've got, so it's all quite a bit matching, but that's quite nice there, actually, like that. So I've got that piece. Quite a tall one. I don't know if I want it quite as tall as that, but it does look quite symmetrical, so if I do trim it, I might trim it top and bottom to keep that symmetry. And then I've got all that lovely writing space on the back. Yes, that's working well for me. Where did oh, there they are. Let's just glue these two pieces down. Whoops. Oh, I suppose I really don't need all of that, do I? Now, what did I did it wrong last time and managed to tear the pockets. Maybe I need to do it this way. Just take this excess off. So I think I will just trim it a touch, top and bottom, just because I think it's a little taller than I'm likely to want to use. So before I finish it and glue it all down, I think it makes sense to trim it. Trim a bit there, and about the same amount at the bottom, and see how that looks. I trimmed more off at the bottom, probably. Yeah, I have. Okay. I still think that looks reasonable. I think I'll take a touch more off the top just to make it a little bit more symmetrical, so that I've got my kind of central point in the centre. Okay. Whoops. I've also got stuck. so that's a nice one, ready for my Moroccan journal. The next one. And then I've got this piece, which is dead plain. Well, I mean, it's not got a nice collage pattern or anything, so this will need a bit of decorating, but I'm thinking for my 50s journal, I've got lots of these sort of 50s style papers. It's like a gingham. I thought I'd make one with this. So I'm going to turn that in. And I don't have to worry about any kind of design because there isn't any. And or however big I'm going to make it. So I make the front about this big. And then we can decorate it up and make it look a lot more interesting. Oops. So that's going to be like that. So let's glue that down. Oh, and I'll trim that off as well. Glue this one as I'm here. I've given it a bigger turn in just because I can, and it makes it nice and sturdy. Probably making far too many, but because I'm making these two for my future journals, I don't have to finish them off today. And I will just tear a bit of this off. I don't even have to tear it that straight, really, do I? So I probably will. Not great gluing. There we go. So I will. This doesn't look terribly straight, but no, it's all right. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim that down to a size that I feel works for me to go in a journal. Yeah, about there, I think. It's not exact, but it's a size that I feel makes a nice size pocket. Okay, so we've got a few. So let's go back and finish them off. I'll finish these two off camera because I'm not going to decorate them. I'm literally going to just glue them top and bottom, and they're going to need thumb notches here. But as they're the wettest ones, I might not get to those today. We'll see what time I've got. But I thought I'd just concentrate on the Christmas ones that I've made, get them properly finished. So, yeah, different sizes. This is quite a big one, but I think it's really lovely. So let's do... Right, we need to put our thumb notch here before I glue it down. And that's it. And then we'll glue the pocket shut. Is that glued down? It's not quite glued down under there, is it? So I'm just going to get this pumped, get it going. Coming out? Yep. Stick a bit of glue under there first. And we will just, which was the, yep. glue that down, don't put that under there. I don't want glue seeping out onto that one. Yep, okay, that one's done. So I'll need to do something about some writing space on the back of that one, won't we? And, okay, we'll do our little... It seems to have stuck to itself. Whoa. We've got a bit of glue seepage here. Okay. I think I might do a smaller thumb notch for this one because it is a much narrower. And I don't want it to take up too much of the pattern, of the design. Okay, let's close this one up. Oh, I love that one. It's really pretty. And then this one. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to put a thumb notch in this one because I don't want to go into my Merry Christmas, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. Executive decision. Okay. I think I may have got a little bit of, this is a little bit of overhang where it obviously isn't folded perfectly straight. So I'm just going to trim that tiny little bit off there. Push that away. Right. So what she did next, I believe, is to do something fancy on the corners. So I've got my little corner punch, and which one shall we use? I think we use this one. Just gives them a nice finish, doesn't it? Corner rounder would work perfectly well as well, but when you've got one of these, why not use it, because it just gives them a lovely finishing touch. Oh, I love that. That is really pretty. So let's do something on this one. I'll try the other one. I haven't really used the other corner one before. See how that looks. So I haven't inked around any of these. I may come back and ink around them another time, but I often don't during the Rachel's videos because it just takes too much time to do that. But this one might need a bit of ink, but I might just do this one right now just because I think it would really benefit from a bit of a highlight around the edges. See if I can get into my pocket. Okay, lovely. So that's a lovely one. And the whopper. What should we do with the whopper? I might just do a big round corner rounder on this one. Do my bigger. Oops. I'm going to do this one. Yeah. Ping. And the last one. There. Get rid of these little corner pieces. Okay, so I don't think this one's going to need any decorating. She did put a little something to reinforce the top so she could punch a hole, so I thought I might use some of my Florentine papers for that. Oops. Oh, all the small bits just slid out onto the floor. Right, so I retrieved a few of those pieces. Would that one work? Yeah, I think it would. I think I'll just use my little ruler to tear a piece of that off. This one may not need a lot of reinforcement really because it's thicker paper, but I'm going to follow the process. See how that would look. Just gives it a little bit of, oh no, she puts it right over the top, doesn't she, like that? Okay. I might just trim a bit of that off, make it not quite as big. Okay, let's glue that on. Okay. Whoop, super gluey. That's on there like that. And we're doing punching holes, aren't we? Maybe I'll just do my top of little toppers first. And then we're going to punch all the holes one after the other. So there's that one. What can we use for this one that would look nice? Maybe a bit of green. Lots of little pieces. I just need to fish them out. Okay. A bit of gold. Well, that's not much use to anybody. Okay. Where are we? I've lost my little pocket now. It got buried under the Cascada paper. So, not that one. No, that's not going to be any good to anybody. Mind, you never know. Might just decorate a corner. It's always good to keep all these little tiny pieces, isn't it? So, I don't think gold is quite right. What about this? Would that work? I'm thinking green. I think the green might, it just needs a little something. There's this piece. No. Checking I haven't got any smaller pieces of the green. Ooh, what's this? That one. Oh goodness, I've got a few here. That one. No, I don't want that. still think I might like my original. Yeah, I think I still like that. Let's turn that over. Don't need it to be huge. I might just, again, may have made it a little bit big. Put that on. Oh, what have I got just put on it? I just didn't think I had any annoying colour on my fingers, so I'll do it to do it. No, I don't know what where I've got that from, but it's got a bit of pink on it now. Didn't think I had anything on my fingers, but is that going to work? Oh, I'm going to stick it on anyway. There's a bit of pink on there. I don't know where that's come from. Put it on. Can always stick something else over the top of it. Probably won't show once I've punched the hole. I don't know what that is, but it looks like it's picked up from pink, maybe from the paper, I don't know. And this one. What would you like, little girl? Do we want red? Bit of music. That might, I don't know if that's music, I have no idea what that is, or script of some sort. That might work. Would a bit of gold do? Yes, it would. Okay. In fact, I think I might do it that way. I don't think I've made mine as big as Rachel's, but I don't like to covering too much of the paper up. We need to keep the hole for our bit of twine or whatever quite near the top anyway, so as long as it covers, covers that. Done it again. What have I got on my finger? No idea what what I'm getting, because it has a sort of pinky look, and I'm not bleeding, I promise. So I don't know where that's coming from, but hopefully that I've got it off now. Let's glue that down. Okay. Pop all my bits of Florentine paper back in the folder before they all go on the floor. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just punched a couple of little holes in these two pockets and a bigger hole in this one, just because it's a bigger thing, so I thought I'd use some of this sparkly stretchy mesh that I got from Hobbycraft to go through there. So it comes on a big roll, and then you can just cut bits off. This is just a scrap I had. In fact, I think I might cut another piece because I haven't done a very good job of cutting that. So I think I'll just cut it again and try and keep it straighter this time. So I give myself a slightly bigger hole as I've got to get this through it. And I've also, because this one has got such a busy background, really lovely background, but if you want to use it as a journaling space as well, I want to have some journaling space, because I think both of these, so you could journal on the back of that one, and I think you could probably journal on the back of that one. It's quite tempting to put some sort of pocket here, but for now I think I'll leave it as is. And I've just got a piece of, it's like an end paper from a book, and I punched a hole in that. So the idea is I'm going to try and put that through. I might just round those corners actually, just to soften that just a little bit on the little punch and at the bottom as well. Of course it won't do it, that's better. And let me just check I'm filming. Yep. I did actually film the punching of the holes, and then realised that although I'd pressed the button to turn my camera on after I'd been clearing away, and it didn't work. It didn't actually start. So, and I hadn't realised. So all I've done is punch the holes. You haven't missed anything really, apart from the punching of the holes. And then I'm just going to decide what I want. So I'm going to put that on the back there. It's not perfectly central. Of course it's not. It's me. But then I'm going to, where'd that bit go? I'm going to try and feed this through the two holes together. Let's see if I can do it. That's why I've given myself a slightly bigger hole. I thought it might be a bit tricky to pop it through. I can always cut a little corner or something, make a bit of a point. I thought I'd try it. Yeah, it's gone through okay. And it's nice and stretchy, this stuff, so it's quite easy to tie. There we go. I might just trim it a little, give it a nice shape. You don't have to worry quite so much about it being back to front. Like with the fabric, you've got to try and tie it so that you see both sides, but you don't so much have to worry with this. So that's that, and it's got a little journaling spot. And so what you could do is you could write on the back here and then put a couple of pictures underneath. It's almost like a little flip. So that's that one. And then this one, I'm going to put a bit of baker's twine through there. Not too much. Let's see if we can get that to go through the hole. Because actually that's not so... It's quite thick baker's twine, isn't it? So whether that will go through. Maybe I should have done bigger holes on all of them. That's what I usually do when I have a problem. Get the old tweezers. Hopefully they will pick it up for me. Where's the hole? There we are. There we go. They work as my finger extensions. There we are. That's a bit long. Okay, so there's that one. And this one, I'm going to use red again, or shall I use a bit of green on this one? I think I might use... Actually, I was going to use the green on that one. Never mind, I'll use it. A bit of green on here. Let's have a look. Maybe I'll do the red again. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the red. Good old Christmas red. Love my red. We don't really get to use red a lot otherwise, do we? Not really. It's not a colour we use a great deal in journals, so it's lovely at Christmas just to really go for it on the red. Red of everything. Okay. I'm going to try and put those through there. Is that going to work? Doing it the other way. No. Knew it's not going to work. Put the round end through. Hold it there. Get the tweezers. Whoop. Come on, tweezers. You can do it. Just grab a bit or push it through. Both ways work. There we go. That's it. I'm giving myself so much to play with this time. Hopefully, yep, it's all good. So I don't need to trim it. Okay, so that's that. Now we just need to decide if I need any decoration, really, don't we? I think this one needs a little something. I've got some labels and words and things here. It's only with a bit of pizzazz. There's one that says Noel, but it's a bit smaller. There must be a bigger one of Noel, because it says Noel on. But do I want green? No, green's going to disappear a little bit anyway. That one. These are nice. These are, I believe, Vintage Studio 717 labels. No, I like the red. Of course I do. Yeah, I put that one on there, trying to find Santa Claus. Is that big enough? Do I want a bigger one? They seem to be various sizes. These are quite small. Some more at the back, but they're plaid ones. I may have used most of this size in the red, I suspect. Yep, so I'm going to put that one. I don't want Christmas plum pudding on there, really. No, I'll do this one. Trying to find Santa Claus. It's quite nice. Nice sentiment. If I've got another little something or other that I could add. I've got some fussy cuts here from another different kit by Rach and Bella Crafts, but they've got some really nice little fussy cuts. I thought maybe I'll see if I can use one of these, just make it look a little bit more festive. Lift that up a bit before it completely sticks down. I could tuck these little girls underneath, and then they could be the ones trying to find Santa Claus, couldn't they? Just pull that up a little bit, tearing it. Yeah, I might just pop them under there. Okay, I'm just going to ink round them because they're meant to be like stamps, but my scissors don't do the proper stamp shape, so there's lots of white bits showing. So I'm going to put them. Let's see, glue. See if I can tuck them right under that label and then pop it back down again. Yes, there we are. Sweet little girls. Trying to find centre. And then I'll, oops, glue this bit back down again. There we are, that's better. It has a bit more of a Christmassy vibe going on. So that's that one. And what else do we got? We got this lady, and it's asking for a vertical word down there, isn't it? Oh, it's getting dark out. We're coming to the end of Storm Bert, which has been raging around the country this weekend. We're down in the south, we've only had the wind and a bit of rain, but I don't think we've had it quite as dramatically as elsewhere in the country. But it's pretty windy out there. It's not very, not very nice. Vertical words. Junk Journal Studio. They're all in here. So, well, that one's quite nice. What can I have? Not reindeer. Greetings. Greetings. Yeah, looks like she could be greeting us. Pop wish back in the top in this one here. I'm going to put greetings kind of there. No, it's not quite cut properly. Put that up there, I think. There's a church here I don't want to cover up. So we spend all our time trying not to cover things up, isn't it? Greetings. And is there any little thing I can add down here, maybe? It's quite nice, this little fussy cut kit. I actually had intended to buy the Nostalgic Noel fussy cuts that went with the big kit that I've just bought and they're using for this collaboration they're doing. But I didn't read it properly, so I bought this one instead, which is Timeless Christmas, which I think is from a previous year. But I think it's really nice, so I'm quite happy. I have cut quite a lot of it out. I wonder if she could be bringing some... Oh yes, what about bringing some gifts? She's bringing some gifts for her family. Some Christmas gifts. Yeah, I'm going to put that there, I think. So I thought, well, I can use these whenever I like, really. Because I'm kind of keeping the Nostalgic Noel stuff for maybe to use next year. Because it's such a huge kit. I haven't even been able to print it all off yet. Okay. Right. Let's glue that on. Like that. That's nice. And I might just snip those little tiny corners there. I don't know why, I'm just corner phobic these days. I'll put there or there. No, there. Okie dokie. And that's that one. So I think that's going to be, that's all we've got time for today. I was going to put, I will put some trim down here. Not sure what yet. I have too many to choose from, but I will put some red trim down this edge just to finish that off, but that's going to need, that's all it's going to need. I've got that one, I've got that one, and then I have these two to finish off, probably when we get to the kits next year. I'll get these finished. They're not terribly well made anyway. A bit wonky. I might have to do a bit of tidying up on those ones. But these ones I love. These Christmas ones, gorgeous. I'm really happy with these. So thank you very much for joining me today. I've got to dash off now and have some lunch because Jenny's coming round with, or Jenny and Gary are coming round with their wedding album. So I'm very excited to see that. They're very excited to show us, I think. So that'll be lovely. That's happening this afternoon. So I'll see you soon. Bye for now.